Christ is good. When I remember when I was a Jehovah's Witness, I came across a couple issues after you knock on the door, or even before you knock on the door. You don't know the person who's behind the door. You don't know what religion they are. You don't even know the doctrine of the religion, who was the founder, and what false prophecies and false lies in the religion. The reason I bring this up because Jehovah's Witnesses never got into other religions and showing us when we come to someone's door that was a Mormon or Catholic or Baptist, what was things we could use to show them from their own literature, their own history to prove that the religion don't have the truth. And that probably would have helped us when we go into the door of proving that we have the truth. The reason I say this is because when I was talking to a Catholic, and he brought up about Peter was being the first pope, I had no history of Catholic doctrines or anything like that to show him from his own history that Peter could not or ever was to be the first pope. I have no history of teaching from Jehovah's Witnesses that I could help this guy about his history of his religion. The things I know, let's say this is Jesus today, knocking at anyone's door. Not only he knows who's behind that door, he knows what religion they are in, who started the religion, how many lies that was told in this religion. He knows everything. He knew everything about his disciples. He knew where they were. I mean, he knows everything. See, he didn't need the governing body to tell him about different religions. Just like he knew the scribes and the Pharisees. He knew the teaching they was teaching the people. He knew the lies that they was deceiving people. So all this information that he already knows, the same information that we should have known before we knock on people's doors and tell them they have the wrong religion. We should have background of that religion. But here's the funny thing about it. If Jesus was knocking on Jehovah's Witness door, he would have known their history from the founder, Charles T. Russell, Judge Rutherford, Nathan Noor, all the way up to Jehovah's Witnesses today. He would know their doctrines. He would know what books that had the truth about 1914, 1925, 1975, all these dates. He would know all of these information. What page numbers and what name of the books, all this information from their own literature. But the problem is, Jehovah's Witnesses don't know that because they don't search to see if they're in the truth. So really, before you knocking on somebody else's door, shouldn't you be checking your religion out to make sure you are on your foundation is on rock, not on sand? and now a big wave or a storm will come in and blow your foundation down, and your foundation in your religion. Truthfully, I checked my foundation with, of the governing body. I found they had so many weaknesses in the religion that they shook my foundation, and I have moved my foundation to another source, another location. In other words, I moved out of Jehovah's Witnesses. I lost a lot of good friends, people I could call mothers, brothers, sisters. I walked away because I found Jehovah's Witnesses been lied to so many years by the governing body. And I have been lied to. It's a shame that we didn't study our own religion first before we start knocking on people's doors and telling them they have their own religion. When we, first off, didn't check and see their truth in their religion, or even check our own religion to see if we have the real truth, or is it man-made religion that one man started and every person follow the other person. Just like the blind man leading the blind man. That's what Jehovah's Witnesses are today. They're following the governing body, and wherever the governing body leads them, to fall into a pit or a big hole. Jehovah's Witnesses willingly just fall in, open eyes or closed eyes, because they don't see the truth. These men are leading them to their death. And if they had knowledge of the religion, past teachings that you can find on the internet, you can look up books that they have written, and you can find the lies and the doctrines they put out over the years. You can download them on PDF. But Jehovah's Witnesses don't want to do that because they don't want to find out they've been lied to. They're afraid to find out the truth. They're afraid that they have to give up their families, their friends. Isn't that what Jesus said? That nobody has given up their families to serve me? Well, that's also talking about religion, what he was talking about. Because when you got so many people in a church, they are like a big family. And when you find the truth about your religion been lying to you and your whole entire family, are you going to stick to your family, forget what you learned, and put it in the back of your head and say, no, it can't be true, what I'm looking at, it can't be a lie? So you really turn your back on Jesus because you want to be with your family? Well, that's what witnesses are. They want to keep their physical family and their spiritual family is in their congregation. But they don't want to serve Jesus. They give up Jesus for 8 to 10 men that runs the governing body, and they want to serve them and not put their faith in Jesus, but put the faith in them. So, truthfully, I'm glad I'm not knocking on doors, because I cannot be truthful to anyone at the doors anymore. All the information that I found about the governing body, my heart won't allow me to knock on someone's door and give them no more watchtowers, no more weights. Because there's nothing in those magazines for me anymore to show me that they have the truth. And they never will change. They keep bending their lies and trying to cover up the lies It's Jesus. He knows all the truth, what he was being taught by his Father. He knows that the outcome of the earth, how the earth was started with Adam and Eve and all that. No governing body needs to tell him how to teach God's word. And also when Jesus was in the temple, he picked up one of the scrolls. Could have been Jeremiah, Isaiah, one of those he was reading out of. He didn't pick up a Watchtower, Old Weight, Bible volume, or any books. He picked up the Bible. That is what Jehovah's Witnesses' weakness are. They don't read the Bible more. If they did, they would find more lies in Jehovah's Witnesses and the governing body just alone using the Bible. How I know? Because I have used the Bible more now, and just using the Bible, it shows me the lies of Jehovah's Witnesses. Not the truth, the lies. If I can do that, and there's more people out there supposed to be smarter than me, wiser than me, then why haven't you seen the real truth now? Why are you condemning me for walking out and calling me that I need to check myself into a mental hospital because I found the truth of the lies of the governing body? So I need to check myself into a nut farm, a nutty farm, because I found your lies? I would rather be mental crazy than a fool falling for 8, 10 men claiming they are the chosen ones and putting out spiritual poison to you and your brothers and sisters. So if I'm mentally crazy for giving up false lies and false hope, I guess I got more hope than you do. Thank you and have a nice day.